Hello everyone, Veronica Torres here, and I have another installment of reading from our book, The Choice for Consciousness, Tools for Conscious Living, Volume 1. We have 3 volumes now. I'll show them to you real quick. 2 and 3. And today we have the tool Preferences, Judgments. I just sent this to a friend of mine. A friend of mine stopped by the other day. We had a conversation. It was all about this, so I sent it to him at the end of the day. This one comes up all the time. Super helpful. Super helpful. So let's just get into it, yeah? Here we go. Judgment is not the same as preference. Judgment is the belief that you have to have a position against something in order to have a position preferring something. So all of a sudden, the choice between chocolate and vanilla must become chocolate is a good flavor and vanilla is a bad flavor. So I'm going with chocolate because that's the good flavor, instead of just saying, I have a preference for chocolate. You're an immortal, infinite soul that chooses to have every experience you can imagine. If you set out a lot of judgments and you start saying that vanilla is wrong, then when it comes around time to experience vanilla, you have to deal with the baggage of already assigning it as wrong. It's always nice not to put extra baggage on things that you'll probably get around to wanting to experience someday. It's also quite helpful to limit the amount of baggage or static about anything you're experiencing. Most of the time we see that you had to make one thing wrong, sometimes very wrong, in order to state a preference because you weren't feeling strongly enough to just say no as a complete statement. When you are new to boundaries and preferences, you will sometimes believe that you have to get really worked up in order to use them. Actually, when you discover what is true now, you can set boundaries and state preferences from a very calm place. Keep in mind that there's a damn good reason for having a preference, which is you are a soul experiencing the physical form in a free will zone. So if you didn't have some preferences, what the heck is the point of being here in the first place? Not very much that we can see. Having preferences is one of the main events. Such a cool thought. Someone once said to us, well, if we're infinite and immortal, aren't we going to do everything? And we said yes, but you do them in an order. There's an order to it in a linear sense. There's an order to it. Where today you decided to eat chocolate, tomorrow you're going to decide to eat vanilla. So even if you're immortal and infinite, you're still deciding right now to be here instead of being someplace else. Preference, choice, free will. You don't need to have something be wrong in order to have something else be what you want to do. Coming from judgment is low vibrational. It takes a lot of energy to stay invested in judgment. It can be very difficult to change your mind because you are so invested energetically in the judgment. Sometimes your identity can even be wrapped up in the judgment, which makes it that much harder to change. Judgments don't serve you on so many levels. I wrote, another tool to help you realize you get to choose. This one helps me clarify when I'm actually choosing and when I'm running an unconscious habit, which shows up as a judgment. I like vanilla and chocolate ice cream, so this example is perfect for me. It really is expressing a preference in the moment rather than deciding on a right-wrong. Deb contributed a comment. She says, this tool has whittled down my list of people, situation, and things that I have judgments around and helps me realize how many judgments came through social conditioning. Preferences allow for choice through fascination and true passion of my life's purpose. It brings me closer to the relaxed feeling of contentment and fulfillment. I've been sharing with you all that we've made these little cards. Ooh, these little cards. There's one for each tool in all 3 books. You can see them there. And here's the preference judgment card. And it says, a judgment is a belief that you must take a position against something in order to have a preference for another thing. This creates static. There's no need to make something wrong in order to state a preference. Simply say, my preference is for. So the cards are helpful, little quick reminders of the tools. You can pick one a day, do whatever you like with them. I'll put a link to purchase the cards and to purchase the books in the description of the video. And I'll be back soon with another tool from Choice for Consciousness, Tools for Conscious Living, Volume 1. Bye-bye.